and of course London and a couple of other cities in Europe. And then we focus on the impact, and the impact really differs in terms of what we're trying to do. Um, and you can see the impact today. We will see throughout the evening all the amazing work that all of you have created. We've had 40 submissions, and we kind of see the work that you've all created. But I'll show you also some highlights that I've picked from some projects that we have had throughout the years. And then as we think about visible social goods, it's easy to sometimes think just about a small community that it's sometimes kind of sits within Twitter and kind of started there. But I can tell you that we've had more than 30 projects. I think the number of volunteers is much closer to 4,000 today. We've been working in a number of locations. I think the only exception is Latam today. I've mentioned Osaka, Boston, and those are our local chapters. They essentially create a connection for us that are, for instance, for me that I live in London, they create a connection to charities or causes that I probably wouldn't be aware. And that has been the case with things like Sunny Street in Brisbane or Uganda with Bridges for Prosperity. Just a kind of a small view on the area or the charities that we've worked in in the past. Of course, you have the really big ones like the UNICEF, and those we are immensely proud of that, of the United Nations. But we are also really proud of working with smaller charities like the Kevin Richardson Foundation, which focuses on creating habitat for lions in South Africa, and Sunny Street, which is looking after homeless people in the area of Brisbane. So as much as we enjoy working in these large global organizations, we are really proud to be able to contribute locally for some of the charities as well. And as I said, we couldn't really have that reach without having the support of our local chapters. That is just a small selection of some of those that have been hosting hackathons, and like I did today, that's been doing all the work to make the event happen. They are without a doubt one of our pillars for the success, not only for us, but also the charities that we partner with. Some recognition, a little bit of kind of bragging. We are really proud to have been part of the Information is Beautiful Awards as a silver prize for the community project in 2017. We have also been one of the finalists for Fast Company World Changing Ideas in 2018. That feels like a lifetime ago. And we have also been invited to speak at the United Nations. And that was fantastic because we were able to bring some of the volunteers that worked on the projects to come and speak at the United Nations. So just in closing, I have a couple, maybe I think 3 or 5 visualizations that for me were important. I feel like I would like to share with you some of the work that other volunteers like yourselves have done in the previous years or previous projects. So this one is specifically with African youth in terms of mentorship network and identifying the impact of having a missing father there as they grow. The other one is looking at the role of women in the politic life in Uganda, and it shows how they are really underrepresented and some of the things that the charity there is trying to do. This one is closer to home here in the UK, and it's looking at rough sleepers, and we've worked with a number of these organizations in the past to highlight some of those problems, and this specifically we're looking at Greater Manchester and the numbers around that. I always think about some of these organizations around now when it's winter and it's been snowing, and it's incredibly hard to not have a place to shelter. We also have partnered with the Hidden Genius Project, which focuses on providing access to STEM degrees or universities for people that come from underrepresented groups, whether they're Black, Latinos, and this one is specifically in the US. And then this one, if you have been using Tableau for a little while, you may recognize visualization, but essentially focuses on disparities of gender around tech companies. So what you're looking at is the pink is the female, so the petal, and and the green is male, and then you can see that pretty much none of the companies have a good distribution. Airbnb has a kind of more white, which is the top left-hand corner, which is the first one you're seeing, and then Asian, but then is underrepresented in other. I'm not picking Airbnb. I think all of the companies in here can do more around representation, both on gender and background. And I think it was a really interesting way that Yvette created this visualization to showcase that. So finally, just as to close, you know how to become a volunteer. So peaceforsocialgood.com is where you go to continue to follow us. If you also can connect with us within Twitter, we have this FSG is the handle. And one thing that I would say is that if you have a specific connection with a charity or a cause where you live, in the region or the country that you live, we are always happy to connect and have those conversations and speak to some of the charities to see if we can help them, or at least create some connections that maybe can be beneficial to them. With that, I'll hand back to Ida, and I look forward to seeing what everyone created. Thank you.
Thank you, David. I think that's a great overview of the project. I hope everyone has a bit more information about Peace for Social Good now, and we will be seeing you all in the next project. So next, we have Lara from Fondation Follereau. She will be introducing the NGO that is like the most important part of this project, their work, and we are like, our objective was to be able to show their impact, and I hope we've managed to do it a little bit. So, Lara.
Yep. Hi, everyone. So I'm Lara. Just to briefly introduce myself, I'm part of Fondation Follereau, and I'm in charge of fundraising and sponsoring activities for the NGO. So just before I introduce Fondation Follereau, I just wanted to say to all of you, thank you so much for what you've done. That's such an amazing work. And like David said earlier, it's quite important for us because we don't really have the resources or the time or the capabilities to kind of showcase everything we've been doing, at least that way, using data visualization. So yeah, I just wanted to say thank you so much. We are all actually, even though I'm the only one here tonight from the team, but we were all very excited about it. So I'll be sharing my screen with you so I can give you a bit of a presentation about the work we do in Africa, mainly, although we're based in Luxembourg. So don't worry, because although the presentation is in French, I'll be speaking English anyway, and I'll be saying the important stuff. So the Fondation Follereau was in Luxembourg, was created in 1966, and it was inspired by the work of Raoul Follereau, who was a French journalist and humanist who really tried to raise awareness around the world about leprosis, and tried his whole life to fight leprosis through raising funds and raising awareness about the disease. And so when he traveled to Luxembourg a few times, he made friends. And these friends decided to create and establish the Fondation Follereau Luxembourg to continue his work, pursue his work, raise funds, and set up projects around the world, starting with leprosis. It's been the NGO has been recognized as a public utility establishment, if we can say it that way, since '84. We are run by a team of 7 members, from the board. They guide us through all the most important decisions that we make for our projects. And then we have a team of 8 people that are running on a daily basis the entire activities of the foundation. The primary goal of the Fondation Follereau is to promote quality of life for the most vulnerable populations in Africa. Originally, as I say, the fight was all about leprosis and it was around the world. But over time, the Fondation Follereau decided to expand their activities not only to leprosis, but to health first, but also towards education and protection of the most vulnerable populations. And over time as well, once it expanded its activities, they decided as well to focus on one continent only, which was Africa. And so, like I said, the main objective is to promote the quality of life of the most vulnerable populations by promoting human rights and respect for all human dignities. And so the type of work we do when it comes to health, for example, is about preventing and curing, supporting in curing neglected tropical diseases, for example. We also promote the rights of mothers and infants through our health and awareness raising campaigns. When it comes to education, we promote the professional integration of youth and young people who do not have the opportunity to study originally for many reasons. We also take care of street children who are either have lost their parents, who have been victims of human trafficking and are working in terrible conditions. So we have kind of what we can call them houses and shelters where we take these children. We make sure they benefit from all type of care that they need, so medical care, psychological care, food, and then we find a way to get them either back to school or have follow vocational training depending on their age. And another type of projects we have is also about female genital mutilation, where we try and fight against genital mutilation on women, and unfortunately most of the time it's done on girls, young girls. This is done for many reasons, but we try and sensitize and raise awareness about the consequences of this. It's actually a very complex topic that we could talk about for hours. The Fondation Follereau, like I said, we are on the African continent now, and more specifically in 9 countries. Most of them in the western part of Africa, but not only. So we have Mali, Burkina Faso, Guinea, Ivory Coast, Togo, Benin, Central African Republic, and the Democratic Republic of Congo. Globally, from what we have been able to assess, our projects benefit to a total of over 300,000 people and beneficiaries. We have a lot of partnerships. Although we are an NGO, we work with the Foreign Affairs Ministry in Luxembourg. So not in the way that we are no longer independent, otherwise we wouldn't be an NGO, but in a way that we develop our projects the way we want them to be done, and I'll talk about it right after. And we benefit from funds from the ministry as well, while always remaining independent in the way we manage our projects. They still support us for a lot of our activities, actually. And on top of that, which is what I'm also in charge of, are other types of partnership with companies, with organizations that can provide us with funds to continue develop our projects. And So this is our team, the team I was talking about earlier. So we are a team of 8 people working on a daily basis on various topics. So from my part, I talked about sponsoring and fundraising activities. We have also Aurélie, who is in charge of communications. We have someone working in finance. Nariste is all about accounting and finance. Laila is working on a daily basis with her when it comes to donor relationships. And then we have David. David is in charge of a very specific project, which is not originally the heart of what we do, but he's in charge of what we call world citizenship. And it's about raising awareness about inequalities and sustainable development toward the Luxembourgish people, and more specifically in schools, working with children. And then we have also 2 people managing our projects, Fabian and Clémentine. So all the projects I mentioned earlier. And finally, we have Connie, our director, who is supervising everything. Something very important that I wanted to talk about as well is the way we work. We work with local partners. I think you've seen it through the data we've shared. It is very important for the Fondation Follereau to always partner, when possible, with local partners, because it's the way to, for us, it's the right way to implement our projects. We're not a humanitarian NGO in the sense that we rarely intervene in emergency situations. We do it for one project in Central Africa, but we are a development NGO, which means that we intervene in countries where the situation is rather, let's say, stable. And it means that we have the possibility to work with local associations to implement our project, because we truly believe that they are the ones who know better what needs to be done on the ground and on the field. So we work with them. They are where the projects are. They talk to the population on a daily basis. They gain their trust. Because for some projects like female genital mutilations or street children's or even health projects where you need to raise awareness about hygiene practices and all that, it is very important to be close to the people and the beneficiaries. And they are the ones who know better how things can be done. So that's why we work with local partners whenever we can. And it's also a way for us to ensure sustainable results, because once a project is over, we want the results to always last, kind of. So that's the way we ensure it, by always working with locals, basically. And we support them by bringing expertise, funds, because we are a professional, let's say, association. We have a methodology to work through our projects, and that's why we hope to bring them as well. And so, yeah, just to summarize what I was saying, we hope from Luxembourg and from where we are to be able to provoke a sustainable and a real change for the populations that we work for, by always placing the beneficiaries at the heart of our activities and by working with our long-lasting, trusted local partners. And that's it for me. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Lara. That was a very insightful presentation of Fondation Follereau. I wanted to tell also everyone before we start with the participant presentations that if you have any questions for Fondation Follereau or for David and Nisa, just write them in the chat, and at the end, when everyone has presented, we can do questions and answers. Okay, so our first participant will be Francis. Are you ready to present? Yeah, there you are. You are muted, Francis. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Do I share my screen now? I've been speaking to myself.
Perfect. Thank you.
All right. Let me share. So I don't know if everyone could see my screen.
Yes, that's good.
All right. So hello, everyone. My name is Frances. Oh, wow, this isn't moving. Yeah, I have a background in computer science and business administration, and I'm currently a PhD at the University of Loughborough here in the United Kingdom. So since, I've got just 5 minutes, so I think I'll make it quick. So my goal with the visualization was to create something with a simple web-oriented outlook, and something that would be able to reach as large an audience as possible. And so I decided to design my viz in both English and French. So I have two dashboards on top of each other. Yeah, so, and I use a navigation button to switch through them, kind of the same way you'd work with a web page. So I have two dashboards, 5 sheets, 7 images, and text boxes in each language where I couldn't duplicate the effect. And then I used a tiled format because I'm kind of like a structured person. I like organized stuff. With respect to functionality, I kept the logo at the top left corner since it was for the general public. If it were for the organization itself, I might have settled for a smaller logo. Let me just go to the sheet. So this is my visualization. So here's the logo, and here's the button where I switch languages, so to speak. So when you click that, you go to the French version. And when you click this, you click it again and you go back to the English version. And then I used a universal filter with the maps to filter the entire page. So when you choose a country, it filters everything on the dashboard. So I put in instructions to guide the user as to how to use the visualization. And then I try to put in the projects and the local partners, but I think the local partners were in abbreviations, so I left them out and settled for just the projects within the tooltip. So when you hover over the country, you could see the projects in there. And if you scroll down, I use the running total feature to kind of give an idea of how much has been invested into each sector over the period of the 3 years. So here you have, like, in the past 3 years, 1.35 million euros have been budgeted for emergencies in Central African Republic. And further down, I try to incorporate what had been achieved. So what we had achieved in the country in the specific year. And that's for 2018 and 2019. So it's pretty much the same thing, but in French, it's the write-up is also translated in French. So I had to blend the tables, so all of the data would be in one data set, so to speak. So to do all of this, my tasks, I had to clean the data, which was the hardest part. It took me a really long time to get everything in single rows, but I managed. Then I had to pivot it just to make sure all of the countries were in one row, and then everything was in order, so to speak. And then I joined the English and French tables, quick calculations, and then I tried to make sure that the color scheme matched with the website, just in case someone would like to embed it using the API integration feature. And then I tried to shrink the pictures because pictures were really good quality, but they were too big. So I tried to shrink the pictures and remove the color saturation so it wasn't too distracting from the rest of the visualization. And to do all of this, I used Microsoft Excel. I used Tableau Prep. Yeah, Tableau Prep is really great because I kept going back to clean stuff, rearrange stuff. I found that I left out one country. So Tableau Prep was really good with not having to do the whole data set all over again. So I used Mapbox to make sure that the map had the same color as the rest of the viz, and I used Adobe Photoshop to edit the images, and that's how we got our results. So that's it really. Thank you so much. I hope I kept the time. I like to keep
Yes,
time. Yeah.
perfect, Frances.
Thank you
Thanks
very
a
much.
lot. I
Cheers.
really appreciate it in your views that you've done the effort to put the English and French versions. I think you're the only one.
Oh, really? It was,
That's great. Thank you very
yeah,
much.
thank you. Thank you.
I think the next participant is Noel de Basil. Are you ready?
Yeah, hi. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Share my screen. Can you guys see the screen?
Yes, perfect.
Okay. Hi everyone. So my name is Noel. I'm a MSc Business Analytics student at the University of Edinburgh, and this is my viz. So let me just get started. So basically, what I've done is I've divided the viz into two parts. The first part basically talks about the different projects done by FFL in the 9 countries. And the second part is basically a call for donation from the readers, right? So going back to the first part, what I have done is I have created something like a planned flower structure for each of the 9 countries for which we have data for 2018 and 19. And for each of the structures, we start off with like a circular structure at the root, whose size is proportional to the country's budget, right? And from it stems like 4 axes. Each of these axes stand for the four axes of intervention of FFL. So the first one is health, second one is protection, third one is emergency, as you can see from CAR, and the fourth one is education, right? And if there is no bud at the end, that means no projects were done in that particular axis for that particular country, right? And at the end of each word there are like multiple impact stories depicted, and with the description of each, so that we can understand the impact of each project. So for example, sorry. Yeah,
It's
sorry.
demo effect.
Yeah, sorry about that.
It always happens.
Yeah. So for example, one of the project impact was 209 malnourished children were cared for as part of the community health program in 2019, and the associated project budget and the beneficiaries and the region it was done at.
We cannot see it yet. I think it's still loading.
Oh, is it? Oh, 1 minute. Let me just stop my screen and share again. Can you guys see now?
Yeah, now
Yeah,
it's good.
so saying, so for example, each of the flowers look like this, and if you hover over it, you can see the impact each it stands for and the associated project and its details. So for example, here 209 malnourished and nourished children were cared for as part of the community health program in 2019, and the beneficiaries for it and the region and the budget associated with it. And similarly, we have it for all the 9 countries. And to the right of it, I've just depicted how to read this particular custom viz and given a short description of what FFL stands for and what exactly this custom viz depicts. And in the second part, what I try to do is show the importance of donations to sustain the activities done by FFL. So for it, I've done it using this bar graph, wherein I've shown that 86% of the projects in 2018 and 19 run by FFL involved using funds by Ministry of Foreign Affairs in part or completely. So which shows the dependency on external funds, which I've again written over here. And I've taken an example from the FFL website to drive home the impact of donating even like a 7.5 euro. And then I've added like a link which takes you to the donation page. yeah, that's pretty much it.
Thank you very much. I am a big fan of your designs. You are extremely creative.
Oh, thank you.
So our next participant is Adam Schroeder. Are you ready?
Yes. Thank you, Ida. Thank you.
Hi there. Please
Ida,
share your screen.
who's the one that went before me? What's his name?
Sorry, my name is Noel. I'm logging in from a friend's laptop, so
Okay.
it's all mixed
Okay,
up.
no worries. I was just wanted to point out that my dashboard is not going to be as pretty as Noyland's, but I'm happy to show it. I'm happy to show it. Let me see, share screen here. Okay, so try to stick to the 3 minutes. Let me know when you see this screen.
We do.
Ida, you see it? Cool. Okay. Sorry, I'm a bit excited. So thank you for inviting me, Ida, for the emails back and forth, and thank you for doing this, Invisible Social Good. I mean, it's a wonderful project, and it's pretty impressive the fact that we have an opportunity to contribute to communities around the world through our data visualization skills. So a little bit of just a few seconds of context. I manage a YouTube channel where I teach people how to do data visualizations with Python. We're using here Dash and Plotly, which are Python languages. And as part of the tutorials about 2 weeks ago, when I saw this new project, I encouraged people to build dashboards for this project, Fondation Follereau Luxembourg, and to create data visualization dashboards and submit them. I think about 2 or 3 submitted, so I'm happy that worked out. But given that I manage tutorials and I was trying to create something simple so it's easier for people to understand. So that's why you see something that is optics-wise is not the most good-looking dashboard in the world, but it has some interesting things here. So you'll see here that we have a couple of things. First of all, you have the legend here, right? And this legend will show you the color distribution, whereas we're talking about budget, country share percentage of all budgets. So this tree map in 2018 or 2019, depending on what one you choose, will show you by color which countries are receiving the distribution of budget from the Fondation Follereau Luxembourg. So you can see here, for example, the yellow ones, Mali and Benin, are receiving a higher share, like 20 to 25% of the full budget, while other countries, which probably have smaller projects or fewer projects like Madagascar, Guinea, Ivory Coast, are receiving about, they're taking about 5% of the total budget offered that year by the foundation. Not only that, but you can also see it in this tree map where the projects inside are also reflecting the size of the boxes, also reflected the distribution of the budget. So you'll see that, for example, health inside Mali is receiving a much bigger budget than protection, for example, right? A project category, protection. And Benin, also health is bigger than education and protection. So if you really take a look at all countries on a quick view, you'll see that usually health projects receive a bigger portion of budgets in their projects than emergency or education or protection, usually. And then the last thing in this dashboard is that if you'll see obviously all countries selected because now it's all countries. If you select the country, let's say Mali, then you would see Mali selected on the map, and then you would see all the different projects that that we have, or results or outcomes in 2018 for Mali, right? Now we can drill down even more, and here you see a nice distribution of budget. You see that the health is receiving much more of a budget than the protection project. And if you click on health, then it breaks this down even a bit more, and now it's only the health projects impact, and then you can go into the other one like Segu region, Segu, and you can see those from the Segu region. Let's just see one more example. We'll go to 2019. We'll go to, I don't know, Burkina Faso. So you'll see Burkina Faso here selected with all the impacts. We'll go into protection. We'll go into Tuguri, and then you can see here the project and the impact of Tuguri. So that's really it. That's the dashboard that I created mainly to get other people started on creating their dashboards. And it's maybe not as pretty as other people's skillful dashboards, but it's something I'm really proud of because I really, for one of the first times, like I created a tree map and connected it to a real map. So there it is.
Thank you very much, Adam. That's a great submission. I don't think it's about being pretty or about, I think we all have our styles in visualization, and that's why we have so many different participants, because yeah, we communicate differently, and that's the point. And I really appreciate the interactivity in your dashboard. For example, it's just great.
Cool.
So thank you very much. Our next participant presenting is Damiana Pacheco. Are you ready?
Yes, thanks.
Hi, Damiana.
Hi. So yeah, good afternoon from Ecuador. Well, my name is Damiana Pacheco, and thanks this for Social Good and Fondation Follereau for letting me present in this visualization. So well, this is actually the chart that I submitted. I decided to give like a static one, so you can put like, I don't know, as something that you can hang in or just in your website. But in order to explain what I did this presentation that will explain every part of my chart. So the first thing that I did was introduce what the NGO does, and that the main goal of this NGO is to improve the quality of life of vulnerable communities in Africa through health, education, protection, and emergency projects. That's why in the map you will find 4 different colors, because each color represents a type of project. And more than that, what I want to focus is that maybe in this map, it will represent only a point or a dot, but actually behind that dot, there are like thousands of people that are being beneficiaries of each project. So that is how I began. Like you have 9 countries, and in each country I put like what type of projects they have. Like in this case in Benin, you have education, health, protection, and protection projects. And with this, I define like what are the main information about it. Let's see, in education, like what are the mean years in that country, or in health, what is the HIV prevalence in adults, or about protection, what was the child labor rate. With this, I link with the main results obtained in 2018 and 2019. The same was with Burkina Faso, but in this case, you will see education, health, and protection. Central African Republic, you have health, and as Lara said, is the only country that has an emergency project. Democratic Republic of Congo with a health project, but also like behind that, there are like many people that are beneficiaries of it. Guinea with a health project, Ivory Coast as well with education and protection project, Madagascar with a health project, Mali with 2 health projects and 2 protection projects, and finally Togo. In this case, I will explain like a little bit. Let's see, we have an education project and 1 health project. The outcomes or the main results in 2018 is that with 1 education project, you found a way to deliver like more than 3,200 computers since 2011, and more than 35 students were trained with hygiene practices. While with the health projects, 1 health project represents that in 2019 you were able to have like 210 baby deliveries, and 1 health center and 2 latrines built. So that means a lot of like health with 1 single dot in a map. With this, at the end, I also want to say that it is important to people get to know a little more about the NGO, but become part of it, and through the donations that were put like donating for different languages. Yeah, so thank you.
Thank you very much, Damiana. It's not easy to show so much information in a static way that nice. So great job. Well done. Thank you. Our next participant is Sai Prakash.
Yeah. Hi.
Damiana, could you please stop sharing your screen? Thank you.
Is my screen visible?
Yes, perfect.
Okay. Hi everyone, this is Sai Prakash from India. I'm working as a senior project engineer for Industry 4.0 projects. Okay. Here is the visualization that I developed. Okay. I tried to keep the entire visualization simple but elegant, so that the end users could get the information very easily. And also, as part of the available data, we do have a lot of textual information, right? Like country name, project name, sponsor name, direct benefits and indirect benefits, etc. So I started my dashboard by playing a slideshow of some selected images of my choice from the available data sources that underlines and shows the backend motive of the project. Okay. To get into the project details, we have something called as a year selection over here, 2018 and 2019. If we click on 2018, we do have some different models coming, different cards popping up for individual countries. Okay. Here we have 9 countries. Each card has its own country that shows the high level information of specific country, like project count and what are the categories covered in that particular country. For example, consider Benin. In Benin, we have 6 projects covered in 2018, and as well the categories covered in Benin projects are education, protection and health. Likewise, we have individual cards for each country, Burkina Faso, Ivory Coast, Mali, etc. For all the 9 countries. Okay. Then if we would like to get into much more details of each projects under each country, one can click on this particular tab called Click for Insights, where a pop-up coming up with a list of projects. Okay, here we have a projects list in a tabular format. We have a different projects in different tab. Okay. If we click on this particular project, we have all the project related information like local partner, category, region, direct and indirect benefits, results. Along with it, we do have country budget, country share, and project share percent amongst all the countries. Likewise, we can click on the multiple tabs to get the detailed project information of the specific country. Okay. Likewise, we do have this modular and interactive facility for all the countries and all the projects as well. Okay. The entire dashboard can be tracked for 2018 and 2019 data with the same functionality, like getting the insights of it by project wise and getting the details in a easy and modular. Yeah, that's it from my side. This is the dashboard. And also I would like to mention one of the participants who is available in this meeting called Adam. I got to know this particular project only with one of his YouTube videos. So I inspired from his video and I started working on it. Yeah, thank you, Adam, and thank you everyone for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you very much. It's really interesting and very user friendly how you can drill down in the projects in a nice way. So you just like see the information, and then if you are interested, you go and drill down. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, I try to keep the entire hierarchy structure so that they can navigate according to their choice.
Yeah, that's very well done. Thank you.
Thank you.
So our next participant is Sole Molinete.
Sole. Yes. Hi, everyone. My name is Sole Molinete, and I'm based in Buenos Aires, Argentina. And my visualization is about one project, a project that helps street children in Mali. And I've decided to make a visualization about one project because this is a visualization that may take an action because we want somebody to make a donation. for that, we should create emotion to motivate. And I thought that speaking about real project with real people, it was going to be more effective and empathic. I share my screen, so can you see it?
Yes, we can see it.
Yes, okay. So this visualization starts with a question: what does it mean to be born in Mali? And Mali here is red because I wanted to associate all the red elements in the visualization with Mali. And in this mirror graph, we just have variables, and we can say see the difference between black side and red side. And here is any part of the world, and here when you were born in any part of the world, and the red side is when you were born in Mali. And at the glance, you can see that the values in Mali are much lower than in the rest of the world. And below we have bubbles, and here again at a glance we can see that the red bubbles are bigger than the black one, and each bubble represents a mortality ratio in Mali, and all the ratios are bigger in Mali than in the world. The biggest difference is in maternal mortality, and it is almost 22 times the ratio in Mali that in the rest of the world. And finally, there is here a piece of data that is very impactful for me, and this is life expectancy at birth, 57 years to 75 years. The difference is 18 years, is a big number, and that means that when a baby was born in Mali, there is one thing that we know about him, and he will live 80 years less than other baby than was born in other part in the world. And so the question is, how can we help them? And the answer is we can help them through Fondation Follereau and its project, and we can help people in Mali, particularly children that are living in the street without education, without their family. And the foundation does street rounds to identify the children, and 87% of the identified children return with their family. And so at the end, we have here a link, and we can go to the web page. And well, that's all in 3 minutes, I hope, and thank you for all of you.
Thank you, Sole. Perfect in time.
Thank you.
I really like the storytelling. You focused on one question, and you just feel like going through the visualization. Very
I try
impactful.
to put it in context. Yes, thank you.
Thank you. Very well done. So, who is our next participant? Abhinav Kumar. Are you there? Yes.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. I'm audible.
Yes, we can see your screen.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. I've just created a dashboard using a Dash app and Python coding in a Python. So it starts with like a nav bar with the foundation logo, and this one is I got from the website. This alone we go quickly, and together we go further. I got this from the website. And this, yeah, you can check the there's a map, and the foundation are working in this so much country, and there's summary here. We deals in 9 country, and the number of projects with it's considering the all years like 2018 and 2019 and 2020, the total projects done and total budgets. So this is and after this, there's a number of projects we have done, and a number of country budgets according to different year budgets, and the direct beneficiary from the projects are there. And yeah, that's and the budget allocation is done in logarithmic scale. So yeah, you can see that part. Acts of intervention like VDs in 4 sectors: health, education, emergency, and protection. You can see from there. And we invest mostly on a health. Our partners, we can see the partners we have. We ensure that our local partners spearhead field projects, and these are the partners we have, and the particular partners which are working in a particular country. And we can explore the projects like if I see the common community health program that we invest more in health. So you can see the result, the country, and everything. You can also do the filtering part in this, like you can check. Sorry for that. Let me refresh it. Yeah, you can also filter by year. Like in 2018, we have done 9 projects. We deal in 9 countries, and we have done 23 projects and budgets allocation in 2018. And according to that, we have the different colors for a different country. And you can check the budget allocation. Like in 2018, we have invested in so much in that. And according to that, you can filter and you can check everything. Yeah, that's all. Thank you.
Thank you very much. What is the tool that you are using to create the dashboard?
Sorry?
What tools are you using?
It's Python, basically Python.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much for the presentation.
Thank you.
So I would like to invite Maria Grandurim to present next.
Hi.
Hello.
Okay, hello. So I'm Maria Granderi. Right now I'm based in Berlin and I'm a machine learning research engineer. Well, this is my first project for This for Social Good. So yeah, have a lot to learn, but I hope you like this. Can you see my visualization?
Yes, we can see it.
Okay. So the main objective of the visualization is, well, to showcase the value of Fondation Follereau and the impact that their projects are having on the lives of the people that live in these vulnerable African communities. So at the beginning, I added the logo and a brief introduction of the foundation. And then the first part, the first section of this visualization focused on the axis of intervention. So here in this menu, we can see that there are 4 axes that are education. Oops. Okay, sorry. So the main axes are education, emergency, health, and protection. Well, it's charging, but we can see it anyway, so I'm going to continue. Okay, so in this first visualization, we can see the projects by axis of intervention and also by budget. So the bigger the circle is, the higher is the budget that was associated with this project. So when we hover over these bubbles, we can see the axis of intervention, the whole project title, and also the budget. Here we also have the same division, but now we can see them by country. So for example, for Benin, we would have 9 projects in the education axis of intervention, 6 in the health, and 3 for protection. And as we have seen before, the only country where we have emergency projects is in Central African Republic. So once we have seen how the different projects are organized, and I think that for a potential donator, the most important thing is actually how these projects are actually creating an impact. And that's why the second part of the visualization is focused on the results. So here we can see a map with the 9 countries represented. If we hover over these countries, we can see the name of the country and also the number of projects. So, for example, if we clicked on Burkina Faso, then we would see the different name of the projects that have been carried on here, and also the year. So, for example, here we see that there was 2,000 medical checkups more in 2019 than in 2018. So that's a pretty cool evolution. And well, we also can filter this when we click on a country and by axis of intervention. I didn't show it this before because it was loading. And finally, we discover here a button that calls us to action. And if we click on it, we land on the donation website of Fondation Follereau. And well, hopefully people would donate and contribute to this well, amazing NGO. So thank you very much. Merci beaucoup. And that was it.
Thank you, Maria. Wonderful first submission. We are looking forward to seeing the next ones for the next projects. Next one is Ana Maria Ebert.
So
Hi,
hello, hi. So I am Ana Ebert. I am a Colombian living in Luxembourg. I am architect and urban designer. And I have to say that I am very happy to be here and to present the visualization that I have done. I have to say that it's the first time that I do this kind of visualizations, as well as the first time that I use Tableau Public. So it has been quite a learning experience. So I'm going to share the screen. Okay. Okay, do you see it?
Yes, we see it.
Okay, perfect. So actually what I did first was to choose one of the projects that the foundation is working on and to represent it on the visualization. So I decided or I was interested on the project Comprehensive and Adapted Care for Children Working in the Mines of Tuguri in Burkina Faso. And that is a project that focalizes in help children to create a new future, giving them the opportunity to do a 3-year vocational training course to improve their skills and to facilitate their social and professional reintegration. So I asked myself, okay, how can I represent the importance of the project on the country? So I decided to look on the UNICEF database and create a map. Oops. Okay, it's okay. And create a map looking the percentage of child labor by country in Africa. So as you can see, there is a great disparity between the countries regarding the percentage of child labor. And Burkina Faso is one of the countries that has the highest percentage of child labor. And actually that is my Wardosh. And then I did a small description of what the foundation does and about the project. So thank you for inviting me to present my visualization.
Thank you very much, Anna. The next one is Alison.
Hello, thank you. Like Anna, I just want to say before I start thank you for the opportunity to be here. I love doing the Viz for Social Good projects and for FFL to provide us the data. I've been really pleased to see how everyone's doing with this, and it's great for the opportunity. So thank you. Hang on, let's have a look at my Viz. All right, so for the next 3 minutes, a little bit less, I'm just going to quickly talk to you about what the aim was for this project, and then also I'll just walk you through it. So what I kind of focused on here was the details of individual projects, and I wanted to encourage like a reader or a viewer to explore the individual products and the impacts that they had on the people that that benefited from them. But I also wanted to give a little bit of context for those people to sort of understand why those projects are needed and where FFL is focusing. So there's basically 3 parts to the Viz. The bit over here, which is a sidebar, it's just a description of FFL. And then the top part here is sort of a visual representation of each of the projects. So each of these rays here represents a single project, and they're grouped by the axis of intervention. So, and it starts at the top. So it starts from education and then health, then down through protection and into emergency relief. The size of the array is the budget, and then the color. So if it's darker, that means that that country in that year was a bigger focus for FFL versus the lighter colors are less of a focus. So a shorter line with a dark pink color means that maybe that project didn't have a huge budget, but there was a lot of projects going on that year. A longer line with a lighter color might be something that maybe that was the only project in that country in that year. So yeah, you can browse over here to see the country, the year, and what project it was, and then you can click on it to get a little bit more information, and it pulls in the partner, the local partner. It pulls in what region it was in and how it was funded and whether any results, if there were some available. So let me grab one that actually has some results. So you can see here in Burkina Faso in 2019, the comprehensive and adapted care of mine working children in Tagori, and then it's got the impact there down at the bottom. You can click that and it goes away. Right, the other thing that I wanted to show was sort of why is this important? Why are these projects needed in those local areas? So I picked for the 4 axes of intervention, there was 1 measure each, and these are some metrics from the United Nations Development Program. So the first one is how education, which is the average years of expected schooling. And for health, we've got life expectancy. For protection, we've got prevalence of FGM in those countries. And then finally, for emergency needs, I looked specifically at the refugee crisis in Central African Republic. So it just gives you a little bit more context of the places that we're working and the needs in those areas. There's more details down below, and hopefully down by the bottom, we've convinced people that FFL is a place that we should contribute to, and you can make a donation down there at the bottom. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Alison. Very visual, your submission. Thanks a lot. And the last participant to present tonight is Kathy Chan.
Hi, everybody. My name is Kathy Chan. I'm a process engineer from Toronto in Canada. So this is my first time participating in a Viz for Social Good project as well. So lots of learning. It's my first time stumbling and creating something in Tableau. So I hope you like it. I'm going to share my screen. So for today, I want to walk you through the design of the Viz and also the thinking behind the design. So when I was first looking at the data itself, I was really impressed by the amount of projects that the foundation has been doing across so many different places and over so many years as well. So I was trying to see if I can create something that is really simple, but also allows the readers to dive deeper if they are interested in a specific area or a specific intervention. So here on the left, let me just move this. you would see a map of all the areas where the foundation has been working in. And the reader can actually go in to each of these areas and see where those projects have taken place and what intervention they actually fall in, and also see very quickly what year the projects are done in. They're also able to go into multiple areas at once if they choose. And the goal is really be able to tell quickly, all the areas that, have had felt an impact by the foundation. I was also thinking about readers who could be new to this and they may be interested in a specific intervention. And instead of going to the map, they can actually go directly into, let's say, education and see what projects have been done in those areas. So they can actually zoom in to those areas and they can quickly see the project detail, the country, what intervention it falls under, the local partners that they work with, and also the budget as well. So they can see that really quickly. And the reason why I designed the specific kind of ripple effect is I want to show how the foundation is really sustaining their projects over the years. And my goal is, if there's more data in the future, they can keep building on this, and it will create even a greater visual of all the projects that have been taken place in all these different regions by the foundation. So in a nutshell, here's my project, and on the left you can also see a quick description of the organization itself, and the readers can actually go to the specific website to look at more details if they choose.
Thank you very much, Kathy. Beautiful visualization. Thank you.
Thank you.
So now we are gonna hear Lara choosing the 3 favorite ones.
Yep. Just one question, Aida. Do I need to show them, to share my screen and show them, or how? Or do I just speak about it? Yeah.
You can just mention them if you want. It's as you like.
So yeah, the choice.
Maybe Kathy, could you please stop sharing?
Oh yes.
Thank you.
One
Sorry.
second.
Go ahead, Lara.
Yeah, someone just commented tough job. Yep, definitely. It was it was super hard to choose from all the great work that has been done, because really, like, for each of these visualization, I could say many positive things and many great stuff that have been done and shown through the using our data. So really just amazing. But because I had no choice, I had to choose 3. The 3 I'd like to highlight are 3 visualizations where you guys managed to, I think, somehow using all the data we had, with all the projects, the countries, the years, you managed to use that all in a very visual way, with the possibility to not see all the data at the same time. When you're not familiar with, I try to position myself as someone who wouldn't maybe be working for Fondation Follereau and would see that for the first time and try and understand what that is about. And so I think you managed to do that very well. So the 3 I've selected are Frances, Noel, and Kathy. Actually, it's your first time, you mentioned it, but very well done. And so for example, Frances, what I liked a lot as well is the cumulative budget, for example. That was a very good idea. On top of everything I've said before that is common to the 3 of you. Everyone that added the button as well, make a donation. I didn't even expect it somehow, although I'm a fundraiser, so you might think, okay. But yeah, I wasn't expecting it, and I found it very smart. Frances, you also added the sustainable development goals, and that's pretty cool as well, because I think we hear about the SDGs from the 2030 agenda from the United Nations more and more. So I think it kind of relates as well, and it makes it easier to understand what the project is about. Noel, the visual is amazing, and the pictures you used and all of it is really easy to get through, and you still added the how to explore just in case, and that can be very useful as well, actually. But it was very easy and user friendly and all that. And then, Kathy, your visualization is, yeah, I guess it was also different from all the others. I liked how and you're not the only one who did it, but I like when there's a map that relates to the data and the visuals as well, and it's so interactive. And it's also very easy to kind of see all of it at the same time, but if we need to filter and see something specific, for example, the impact on one specific country, then we can very easily access that data. And I guess that's also the point of data visualization, right? So that was very good. And just about all the other visualizations that I've seen, I was just writing down some stuff that I wanted to say, like the use of our photos, of our color charts as well. That was very well done. Everything that was so interactive and so smartly put. We really liked it because, yeah, like I said, I'm here tonight, but there was at least 2 of my colleagues who went through all the work done as well to look at it with me and select all of you to be here tonight. So we really, really enjoyed it. The interactivity, like I said, between maps and data, that is really great. The ones who try to really get a message through, as well through the data, like I'm thinking about the one with the situation in Mali, or the ones who focused on one project specifically, like street children as well, really trying to get a message through here. That can be very useful and very powerful, actually. And all of you who used and translated, actually, because I need to say, like, I know our website is only in French and German at the moment. It's the plan to have it in English, but we're lacking the time and the resources to do it. It's a brand new website, you need to know that as well. It came out quite recently. But the ones who translated and used our motto, alone I go fast, and together we go further. Yep, that was really cool as well. Like it helps kind of how would you say, really make it our own, kind of, you know, like for some of the visuals, it really felt like it was ours, kind of like just immersing yourself in the data of the foundation. So no, I just it was amazing. I'm 4th place, right? Yeah, actually, I wanted to say something like you said that yours was maybe not as visual as the others. Actually, I love the interactivity of it, you know. So yeah, definitely, you're definitely 4th. It was amazing, really. So really nice. Not really, very cool one.
Thank you, Lara. So I'm gonna let Nisa close the event. I think she wants to say a few words. And thank you everyone for participating. We will be sharing the recording for the ones who couldn't join.
Yeah.
And I hope to see everyone also in the next events. Nisa?
Thank you, Ida. So we wanted to first of all, thank you, Ida, our chapter lead, for organizing such an amazing event. We were talking between us, we couldn't be more proud of all of you. So many first entries, they are amazing. I wish when I was starting that I had that quality. So really good work, everyone. And the best gift that we could have is Lara smiling. So you guys created a product for your clients, a massive smile. That isn't very normal on the business side, right? But Lara, thank you so much to the Foundation for allowing us to use your data and to create this project.
That was my pleasure, really. Thank you so much for everything you did. it's amazing to see that data all at once being kind of alive, you know, and it was, like I said, we lack time, resources and all that to do stuff like that. And it's really cool to have people so motivated and hardworking and spending some of their free time doing that for us. It's so cool. Yeah.
Thank you. And I wanted to remind everyone, by end of this month, we are planning to release the next project. So all the first participants, you have an opportunity for the second. And for the more seasoned ones, please carry on supporting us. We are here to support you all. And thank you so much. We couldn't be happier. Have a great weekend, everyone. Keep safe.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much.
Bye.